Hi there, this is Kate in the Nest saying welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you're joining me today, and I'm particularly excited because this is the start of my long promised and awaited crochet playlist. So, still under my Nest channel, but I'm gradually sort of diversifying, if you like. And so, the story is that I have long, long been a lover of crochet. I think probably even before stitching, I was a crocheter. I was taught by my grandmother, I think when I was about 7. So I really want to celebrate this as a making style that can add to our stitching, to our journaling. It can do everything. So, few stories to start with this week, or this past last week has been one of the bestest ever because I had 3 days straight at the Green Door Studios in Robertson. I did 2 of those days as workshops with Beck from SoBe. And so that was on the Wednesday and the Thursday. And on the Wednesday night, before we went out to dinner, we went to um, a shop called the Cheese Factory. Now, I'm a local, and in my whole life, I'd never been there, and everyone else was just amazed. But we were sort of looking around, and I heard this cry, Kate, Kate, look at this. And here's my favourite phrase of the week. Lo and behold, Beck came round the corner with this most magnificent piece that I just, when your heart just goes, yes. She just handed it to me, and I said, okay, I'm having that. And it is actually a crocheted cardigan of many colors. It's like that Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dream Coat, but it is, for me, just a celebration of everything that we can do when we crochet. So we're going to work towards making some wearables, and this is a pattern that is easily doable. It's hard to show it, but basically it's all these motifs. It's in cotton, and it just shows how joyful any combination. I think every single one of them is different, and that's what I love doing with my colors, whether I'm stitching or making my journals. Every page is unique. So these are the motifs, and these are the beautiful sleeves, and these are shell clusters and just a piece to gather it in. So why why do I love crochet? Because I think it's the most visible form of, well, I mean, all arts and crafts are visible, but if you want to learn to crochet and then you want to make something up or you want to copy it, the pattern is there in front of your eyes. So we're going to do some things today, and I've had a lot of people get in touch about crocheting, and I suppose I've shown my nests already this week, but I'm I'm just conscious that I've shown you in the past some flowers. Um, I've shown you some mistakes I've made. This was a motif that went wrong, and I just chopped it, and it's become a feature on there. There's a little flower that I've put some French knots into, all sorts of things that we can do. And of course, doilies are crochet. So let's get going. So I'm going to leave that there for inspiration. Colourful Kate. I was thinking, is it Crazy Kate's Crochet? Who knows? It doesn't matter. So my tools, someone asked about this. If you're a beginner crocheter, I suggest that you start with a bigger hook rather than smaller. So about 4.5. So for example, this is a 4. It depends whether I can actually read, because a lot of these, they're sort of ergonomic, but you can't actually see where the size is. So that one's bigger, relative, and this is the biggest. So this is a 4. I'm thinking we might use this one, which seems to me about a 5 or a 4.5 today. And you need some scissors. My yarn of choice is crochet. Of course it's crochet. I mean cotton, because I like the fact that you can see the stitches clearly, and it's readily available and so versatile. So here is one of the pin cushions that I was teaching myself to make during the week. We're going to get there. And what else? Oh, there's another one. So you never know what's in Kate's nest. But this is cotton as well. I didn't bring down a woolen piece. I have made many, many rugs over my years. But I haven't got them down here. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you is that once you can do your basic stitches, you can make so many different variations on granny squares. I call these, I don't want to call them granny squares anymore. I'm thinking of a name for them, because I think sometimes when we hear granny, we take ourselves back into an older time, and while everything old is new again, I think there is a time for calling these motifs or something special and inspiring. The other thing I've been doing this week, Kate hasn't brought them down, is making hearts. And I thought we might make some pink hearts today for you to practice. Oh, here's one. Here's a tiny little variegated one, and this is in the 4-ply wool. So very simple, very effective. I've left these strings on because I saw that a number of people put these on their scissors. It's limitless what you can do. All right, here we go. Let's start crocheting. Now, I know many of you are experienced crocheters, so whiz ahead. I do, though, want to say that I've been practicing this week, because I'm a traditional, and we are lifelong learners, so I'm not going to say I am, because I can do it both ways now. So in traditional crochet, it's all about loops, really. So I make, and I'll go slow, I make a slip knot most times like this. So I wind it round and pull it through, and there's my loop. I have a long tail, and I do that deliberately because you can put a needle onto that and work it in. But basically, we just always need a loop to start with. Okay, once we've got that loop, the chain is made just by simply looping over your hook and pulling it through. So most of us know that. Now, if I was going to make one of these squares that I have beside me, let's look at that one. I would make 6 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope this is helpful because it's really big. Slip stitch, which means just you getting your needle through and pulling it so that you've joined. I've lost a bit of the cotton here, so let's just do that again. I always say, easiest thing in the world to undo. So let's do it again. There's our 6th chain. We're slip stitching, which means just find a loop and pull your cotton through both loops. So there we are, we're ready to start. Now, if we were making one of these or a flower, let's have a practice. We're going to do 3 chains, so he calls this going up the ladder. And the reason you do this is to make a stitch look as high as the stitch that you're about to do. We're going to do treble, so it's over, through, over again, pull it out, and then we're going to do 2 loops and 2 loops. That's a treble. So let's do that again. Over, into the ring, over again, pull it through, 2 loops and 2 loops. So if you can do these stitches, you can make absolutely anything in crochet. So over, into the hole, through 2 and 2. So let's just, I'll go fast because this is how to make the center ring, and then we're going to use this to learn how to make a heart. So the counting is also, I don't count until the end, especially when I'm talking, because I can't do that as well. So there's my 3 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 so far, and I like to work in multiples that go into 12. So this is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Oh, yeah. So it's really the 3 chain plus 11 trebles. Okay, so there we are. We've got a ring. If we want this ring to be smaller, you put less chain on it. But here, to complete your first row, here's your needle. Here's the top of the 3 chain. Let's go in here. Literally just find a hole through the stitch, loop over the hook, and pull through. And there you are. You've got a visible ring that goes here. Now, in terms of tension, the bigger the hook, the bigger the motif. So if you want it smaller, just adjust your hook size, and your cotton or wool will make it come out. So this one here is a lot finer because they've used a smaller hook. Simple as that. Okay, so there's our first motif. Done with a traditional slip stitch. Let's put that aside for the moment. The other way that you can start is called a magic circle, and I've been practicing this week, and I'm going to take you through it, and we're going to make our first heart. Here we go. Same thing, you put the, and look, it's not a science, you'll get to feel it, but loop your thread over your fingers and loop it again, and you're sort of after making a cross. So this front one has to go over the back one. Simple as that. So there we are. Better check that you can see it. Yep. So there you are. Here's our string. Put it over here. I'm not into fancy words. I'm just into helping make it simple. Over there, wrap around your fingers and bring it back to the top. So this one's going over there. Then get your needle, your hook, and you're going to, it took me a few times, which it shouldn't have. Okay, so hook goes under this first one and is going to loop, how do I put my hands? Loop that one under. Okay, and then we're just going to pull it a little bit tighter, and we've got a ring or a circle, and we've got a thread ready to crochet with. I'm going to do that again. So here's the end of our cotton or wool, whatever you're doing. Have that hanging down towards the floor. Wrap it around your fingers and do a cross at the top. Okay, so there's the top of my cross. Bring your hook under the first one and over the second one and pull that through. And that has made the loop. You can pull this end tighter, and here we go. Here's our stitch, and there's our cotton. Okay, so that's the string that started it off. Doesn't matter how long, because we can we'll be doing things with that. Okay, so here we go. We are going to make a heart together, everyone. So the first thing we're going to do is do 2 chains. We're which is just simply 1 and 2. All right, so I'm deliberately doing this loose so we can do it. We are now going to do 3 big stitches, which I think are called, gosh, I should have looked it up for you, triple trebles or double trebles. Yeah, it's double the treble, but I don't want to get you mixed up with the terms, so just watch. So we're going to go, instead of once, if we were making a treble, we'd go once around the hook. We're going to go once and then twice, okay, which gives us more possibilities. So we're going to go, we've got 2 over, same way, into the ring, the circle, pull it back, and I've got 4 loops. This is the part I love, everyone. We're going to go through 2 at a time. 2, 2, and 2. So that's making quite a long stitch. I think it's double treble. Okay, so let's do another one of those. 2 loops around into the circle, ring, whatever you call it, the big hole in the center, back. You've got 4 loops. Let's go through 2, through 2, and through 2. So we've done 2 of those stitches now. Sorry, my nose is getting itchy in the nest. And we're going to do 1 more. So you can probably be saying it with me. We're going twice around our hook. We're going into our loop, our circle, over the needle, in. We've got 4 loops. We're going to go 2 loops, and then 2 loops, and then 2 loops. So now, if you can see this, we've got our 2 chain there, and we've got 3 big stitches. Now we're going to start 2, that's the highest part of the heart. Now we're going to taper it down. We're going to do 3 ordinary trebles, which is what we started with. So just once over the hook, in, through, we've got 3. So we go through 2, we go through 2. So that's just a normal treble again. Let's do another one of those, over, just once, through. That's 2 trebles, and 1 more. So over, in, back through, there, and there. So far we have done 3 big trebles, double trebles, and then 3 ordinary trebles. We're at the bottom of the heart now, and once you start making this, you'll see the pattern. So we want to make space for the point of the heart. So we're going to do 1 chain, which is our most basic stitch, 1 chain. Now we're going to do one of those double crochets, double trebles, the really high stitch. So we're going twice around the loop, in to the circle, pull it through. We've got 4 on the hook, so we go 2, and through 2, and through 2. Then it's 1 chain. So while it doesn't look like it, we've actually, I'll pull this thread a little bit and you might be able to see it. We have made half the heart. So it's going to stand like that, and we're at the point now. That's the top of the heart, and we're at the bottom. And the easy thing about this is we just reverse exactly what we've done on the way back. So we're going to do 3 trebles because that matches these. So once over the hook, in, pull it through, and we've got 3 loops, so we're going to go 2, and then 2. So that's 1 treble done. Another one, over, in, through, and through. That was fast. And this one I'll talk you through just in case. Over, in, loop it. You've got 3 on the hook, and there. So we've done a I'm hoping you can see 3 trebles there. And how did we start the heart? We started it with 3 double trebles. So that means twice, so they're the giant stitches, I like to call them. So twice on the around the hook first, in, pull it through. We've got 4 loops, which means we do through 2, through 2, oh, and through 2. So that's, see, it's got an extra loop compared to the treble. So here we go again. That's one of them. We're after 3. So around and around, in, pull it through 2, through 2, and through 2. So we can see we've got 3 trebles. So far we've got 2 of the double trebles and 1 more. And then I'll show you the funnest part. So round 2, in, pull it back, get rid of all these loops, like that. So we've done our 3 double crochet, 2 chains, 1. I'm getting so excited. My eyes are going blurry. 1, 2, and this is what we've got. And we're going to pull this magic long thread, but I want to do the slip stitch first. So that was the beginning. This is the bit attached to the wool. We're going to finish off the circle or the heart by just slip stitching in here. So a slip stitch is you just going through, catching, and straight through. All right, so that is what it looks like. 2 chains, 3 double crochets, trebles, 3 trebles, 3 trebles on each side, and down the bottom is a chain and a big stitch. We'll do another, but here comes the magic. I'm going to pull, in fact, I'm going to cut this off first. So this is the loop attached that we've just been working on. This is the original. I'll just keep that on my hook so you can see. Okay, we're going to pull the original long thread that we started with. Here we go, everyone. Ooh, look at that. And what has happened? It's become a heart shape. And I can pull it even tighter, like that, and it gets rid of the complete hole in the middle. And now we just need to get rid of this loop. And we pull that tight as well. And there we go. What did I do there? There we are. We have the heart. I should have pulled that tighter before, but beautiful. We could now just sew that straight away with that loop onto the side of my basket, my nest. We can chop all these off. We can put them in to our stitching. First heart made. How was that? Let's do it one more time. And if you've got it, fast forward ahead. But the teacher in me says we should do it again. Okay, and maybe we'll go faster. We start with a magic circle. So down, around to make a cross, and then this under, and then you're going to collect this to make that loop. Okay, pull that tight so you can see that this is the bit that made the heart, this is the loop, and we need to start with 2 chain. Oops. Just get my loop is a bit giant. There we go. So 2 chain, our basic stitch in crochet, 1, 2. Now we're going to do double crochets, a double treble, sorry, that's why I don't want to confuse you. It's the giant treble. So round twice, into the hole, through, got 4 loops on, through 2, oh, through 2 and through 2. So that's 1 double treble, around again, 2 in, so through 2 loops at a time. There we are, we've got 2 done and 1 more, so these are fast. Okay, so there's the 3 of them done. That's the 2 chain, 3. What comes next? Just 3 normal trebles. So that's just 1 loop in, through 2, and through 2. So that's 1 treble, 2 treble, 3 trebles. So we're down to the tip of the heart now. So that's how it's going to end up. So 2 chain, 3 doubles, 3 normal, then 1 chain. This is to get round the pointy, beautiful part of the heart. 1 chain, 1 of the double trebles, in and through. Got 4 loops on, so we go 2 and 2 and 2. So that's the big 1 chain. And now we're going to, sorry, I went ahead a little, we're going to reverse it. So we're going to do 3 trebles. I haven't even asked you how you are. I hope you're very well. And here we are, right in the flow. Welcome to my new subbies and to everyone who's been with me this year. I hope you're going to enjoy this playlist. So there we are, we've done 3 trebles. What comes next? 3 double trebles, and we're at the top of the heart. So double trebles, 2 loops. Here we go. That's the first one. Here's the second one. And the third one. Okay, so we're up to the top of the heart again, and we're going to do 2 chain and slip stitch in here. Oh, okay, yeah. Just make sure I get, this is the only tricky part, because I'm trying to think too much about it as I pull this through. Okay, that should be right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is the original magic circle. Let's pull it tight. Like that. There's your heart. And we pull this side tight as well. And there we are. There we are. We have another little heart. Now you can tie these off. Let's just tie it. And as I said, if you want to, don't tell me I don't have a needle here. The easiest way is, if you just want that to stand alone, put a needle in and finish those threads on the back, or as I said, they can become dingle dangles, or we could, okay, it's going to make something up on the spot. You could actually start crocheting a chain little cord there, something like this, whatever you like. So there we are. What have we done so far? We've made one heart, a second heart. If you want them smaller, like this, change your needle, change your hook, and use a different ply. I was at the hospital the other day picking my mum up, and a lovely nurse came along with a 2-year-old daughter. She said, she was talking to me about her, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm making hearts, and here's a couple for you." And just a smile on her face was worth everything. So if you want something little that's going to enhance your work, I'm immediately just looking down here and thinking, you know, once you start making motifs, you can add hearts and all sorts of things all over to embellish. Here's a motif before that I could put a heart onto. Where's that contrasting colour? You know, all sorts of things to be done. So thank you so much for being with me. That's playlist 1, making a crochet heart. So from my heart in the nest to you, this is Kate saying bye for now. Until next time, have a wonderful day.